it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and History That Is Not Taught in Detail for Show. Today's lesson is going to be titled, What is Ethnic Cleansing? Ethnic cleansing is a huge component to the U.S. story, not only from an economic, a social, and a political perspective, but it also will allow you to understand our race-based system that we have in this country more. People always say race is always a topic in America because it's so entrenched in everything we do. I'm going to give you a story on it. Ethnic cleansing was a lot of the reasons we saw the red summer period of the early 1920s, as we know as the roaring 20s, when the Great Depression and all of those things started to happen. Nobody ever discussed how ethnic cleansing and that philosophy started most of that. We must understand it was so many race battles, uproars, battles, shooting, war, all happening within our country that we began to see the fabric rip apart. The trauma that we have in this country from ethnic cleansing still influences us until this day. Most people have no idea or understanding why we began to see brutal battles constantly in our U.S. history. We must understand that this time in American history, you begin to see people leaving their destinations, farms being burned down, mass killings happen on an individual level. You begin to see the Nazi regime and all these things happening. At the entire time, we begin to see so much happening on the U.S. soil. Ethnic cleansing refers to keeping an area historically white. As I read in the book, hopefully you referenced before, called Sundown Town, author James Lowe mentioned something that I personally never thought about that is kind of crazy when you think about it. How can we be a country as melting pot as we are, honestly have locations where it's only one ethnicity around? That should be physically impossible unless it is deliberately done. Most of the time, we don't think about ethnic cleansing being a battle type of thing. It is that we must keep one individual wild. This is only allowed. This is what we will allow. And the mindset that we have can only be surrounded. That philosophy we see still pervades us to this day. I'm going to give you a great example. But most people thinking that you get something, the ideology that comes from that is that you must take something from me. So if I give you something, there isn't an ideology of multiplying. It is an ideology that it takes from me, it takes away from what I have, and it's going to refute what access I have to certain resources. That ethnic cleansing mindset we still see pervasive in this time and in this country. That is the reason why it seems like certain topics are so polarizing when they should not be. It should be the story fact. You just break them down and have an open, honest dialogue about it. Once you learn how this goes into a historical aspect, you begin to learn why things are the way they are. You understand then as you break it down. This is the historical factors and why people live in a certain area. This is why you see a certain mindset around a certain place. It was deliberately done at multiple times in our history to make sure certain ethnicities did not mingle with each other. Now, we all know petty battling and intermingling things could have happened, but the ethnic cleansing story is the reason why we begin to see massacres, uproars, and battles in this country. That is why people do not realize how pivotal the actual civil rights movement happened while in this country. I think we undertell our story in the history so we can actually break it down and discuss it without emotion. The story of this country is incredible. It is one of triumph, battle, God, guns, and glory. I tell everyone, if you remember those three philosophies, you will understand everything about U.S. history and how it currently operates. This scope and lens teaches you why everything is the way it is. You follow the pattern, you follow the legacy, you see where the momentum's going. Ethnic cleansing is a topic that should be discussed because it influences all things in America. It's your boy King Crowder. Check it back out again with another lesson on ethnic cleansing, how it happened, why it happened, where do we see it at. Hopefully you learn something and you understand how the battles of this country is built upon and how we tend to struggle with it. Hopefully I broke it down in a concrete and accurate way. Hopefully you learned something as well. It's your boy checking out. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.